Hi everybody, I'm Robin and these are my reflections. Today we are here to take a look at the Steampunk Fairy Tarot. This is a new deck from Llewellyn. It was written by Pamela Chen and illustrated by Ashley Cassidy. I have had this one for a little while, so it's been out for, I would say, about a month or two now, and I've been playing with it. I adore it. I think it's great, and I want to show it to you. So I'm going to give you a full review with some pairings because I've had it for a while, so I've already chosen the decks that I like with it. Let's take a look at this box. So if you are familiar with Llewellyn decks, you know that they usually come in these sort of larger gift boxes. The newer box, and I did reach out to Llewellyn to ask if this was going to be like a thing going forward, and they said that this is going to be their new standard box. So I'm guessing they're going to have other types of boxes, so you just want to make sure that when you are purchasing that you pay attention to whether it's standard or whatever, but their new standard size is going to be this one. You can see that it's significantly smaller. So this is a normal size OG Llewellyn box with the clamshell, not the paper box. This is the harder one with the magnetic closure. And you can see that it is not just, it's more narrow here, and it is much shorter. So it's small, it's smaller. And I really appreciate that, to be honest, because it meant that I could keep the cards and the book in the box while I was working with it, while I was moving it around the desk, around the house, and all that kind of stuff while I was playing with it. I could keep them together. Normally, I take the cards out, put them in a bag or something else, and then put the book, somewhere else and put the box away while I'm working with the Llewellyn deck. But for this one, because it's so compact, I was able to keep them all together. So that's great. I really enjoy this new size. It does mean that the guidebook is smaller, which means that if you are one of the people who likes to take them to bed and have that larger picture with the big writing, the writing is smaller in this book. It's going to be, I don't know what size or what point or whatever it is, but it's definitely smaller. And for me, because I wear glasses, so I'll just let you know that I was able to see this. I can see it with my glasses, but I can read, maybe I would say, about 2 or 3 pages before my eyes start to feel strained. So that's something to note. If this is an experience with Llewellyn guidebooks that you're used to, just note that's changed a little bit with the smaller size. It's something that, it's like you have to give something, right? You have to give something with the size. So that's what you're giving up. The size of the font is a little bit smaller. The picture is a little bit smaller than a normal Llewellyn guidebook. I'll just show you. I won't show you the Steampunk tarot because I don't think they have full-size images. But let me find one with full-size images so we can look. Here, this is the Good Fortune tarot, which I did a walkthrough of this one. I'll put it up here for you if you want to see it. And you can just see, I'll just open one here so we can compare the size of the image, the difference in the size of the image, and then also the difference in the size of the font there. So that way you can see, kind of get a feel for it. All right, so while we're here with this book, let's take a closer look. It says, a fantastic fusion of magic and machines. The whimsical charm of fairies meets the gritty ingenuity of steampunk in this breathtaking deck. With the help of tarot expert Pamela Chen, you can spin the gears of fate in your favor. This book teaches you how to interpret the symbols, subtle meanings behind every card. You'll learn about the four suits, meet the fairy court, and take a transformative journey through the major arcana. With reversal meanings, sample spreads, and all the mechanics of tarot explained, this book is a bridge between you and your thriving divinatory practice. Your future lies veiled behind steam and starlight. Are you ready to flip the cards and chase it down on magical wings? It's so full of imagery. The writing is so full of imagery. It's so full of world building. It feels like a fun story as you're walking through the guidebook. It does have the glossy pages as per usual. Here are some of the things by Pamela Chen. I didn't think I had any of her decks, but I forgot I have Catacorn Tarot. I just got that one. And I did a full walkthrough, and I was in love with it all summer. I used it quite a bit. I'll put the walkthrough up here if I remember. But if not, you can check my tarot playlist for that one. Gratitude. Here's the, what's it called? Table of Contents. And let's look at the introduction. It says, the world of magic and machines. Magic is unproven technology. So all of this is just like some imagery and world building to set the scene. And then it says the Steampunk Fairy Tarot is the bridge for us humans to access the enchantments and inner workings of the fairies. Through the 78 cards of the tarot, the Steampunk Fairies are gifting you with a map to access your subconscious mind and helping you to reveal the mysteries of your life through fantasy. Develop a deeper connection with your inner magic while having a cup of tea alongside the mystical fae. Create extraordinary experiences with the Steampunk Fairies and make friends for life. Steampunk Fairy Tarot will provide you with an experience of dream world of steampunk while expanding your imagination through your entrance into the realm of fairies. Never before has the realm of the steampunk fairies been shared through tarot. That is what they told me when I was channeling this deck. You are now a pioneer and ambassador for the human realm. From this moment forward, put on your best brass goggles and believe. Let's roll forward on a journey of discovery of new ideologies and methodologies for self-explorations. The fairies of the steampunk realm will be sharing their innovative ways of thinking and relating to the human world. In this deck, a handful of fairies who agree to be shown to the human realm are featured in the cards. In this deck, you have 22 of the steampunk major arcana feature noble steampunk elves and flower fairies in the realm. And then in the four suits, the wands have salamanders, who are curious and adventurous bunch, and the suit of cups are selkies, and the gnomes for the pentacles, and you have swords are the sprites. Yeah, sprites. Suits are the same. Wands are fire, cups are water, swords are air, and pentacles are earth. And the courts are pages, knights, kings, and queens. They haven't changed in any way. And then let me see, what else did I want to tell you? And the energies are the same. So the pages are the beginning, the youthful. The knights are that energy, the teenage. The queens are the mature, motherly energy, and the kings are a sort of older, authoritative, more elderly boss energy. So that hasn't changed. And here, if you want to take a look, is the basics here. So what you get for the write-ups is at the beginning of every section, so at the beginning of the major arcana and then at the beginning of each suit, you get some information about the world building of that suit. It tells you which fairies you're looking at and what's happening in that world and what you should be looking for. And then you get a write-up just like this for every card. It's the same for every card. So you get a full-size image and then the number and title of the card. There's this little sort of quote from the character, I think, and it says, this one for the fool says, "I am off on a new journey filled with amazing possibilities." You get a clockwise divination, which is like you're upright in this sort of prosy way, a counterclockwise, which is like you're reversed, and then an ignition, which is sort of like an invocation or some sort of action that you can do. Usually in this section, you might have like maybe just some action that you can take. There's some of them have spells, some of them have meditations. There's different things for every card, but everything is like a way to kind of invoke the energy of the card, bring it into your life if you pull that card. So in the minors, it's the exact same. So the write-ups are the exact same, and you still get the little quote, "I have work-life balance," the clockwise, the counterclockwise, and the visualization or spell or whatever that is in that card. And so that's the guidebook. In the back, you have some spreads, and then there's to write the author. And there's one page for notes. This guidebook is small. This is my hand, and I have a small hand. You can see it's not that much bigger than my hand, which I really love. I don't have any decks. I love Llewellyn guidebooks. I always think that they come packed with so much fun and information and color, and most of the newer ones come with color and everything. And there's always a lot of good information in them. I've learned reading tarot, or I've been exposed to a lot of things when it comes to tarot from Llewellyn guidebooks, particularly Barbara Moore guidebooks. So I am so excited to see one that I could fit in my purse. You know what I mean? Or that I could fit in like any bag that I'm carrying with me. Like it's just, normally they're big, like full-size books. But like I said, that it does mean that you do get a little bit of a smaller typeface here. So just be aware of that. They're regular stock. There's, the same size, same glossy stock. These are the really pretty backs. I love the mix of this garden nature with the steampunk element on the back of the cards. It's like the perfect back for this deck because that's exactly what this deck is. It's mixing all of these natural kind of foresty, beautiful elements of the forest and the nature with this mechanical innovation, like Victorian steampunk situation, like this Victorian steampunk era, I guess is what I should call it. So that is the back. So right off the bat, you see that we have darker skin tones, which is something that I don't normally see at all with fairy decks. And I can go ahead and tell you, it is definitely something that I think I would like more fairy stuff if it had that, but it doesn't, and so I don't. And this, so fairies have never really been my thing. Gotta admit, never really been my thing, but I kind of really love steampunk stuff. So I knew I was gonna love this, and because I love steampunk stuff and I love that Victorian era. This is so cute. So people are all kind of colors. We got purple people, blue people. Everybody has different color hair. We have different color skin tones. The cards are nice and bright. We have these beautiful, beautiful jewel tones. And I love the way this artist is not afraid to take a skin tone very, very deep and chocolatey and then still put a bright makeup on them or a bright lipstick or a bright, like, I don't know, outfit or hair or whatever. It's so intriguing and it really does feel like a fairy realm. You get the typical borderless cards that we're used to with these newer Llewellyn decks. The Steampunk Tarot, if you have it, has a black border around it. This one is completely borderless. So if you're looking for an updated version, an updated steampunk deck, and you love the Steampunk Tarot like I do, this might be something that might really interest you. You get just a small banner at the bottom with the name, the number, and the name of the card. So here's the Chariot and Strength. I love these mechanical beings mixed with these fairy beings. It's like it's very much a fantasy world. I don't see anybody in here that looks human to me, but you have some of these fairies, different styles of fairies, and then these mechanical beings that kind of come alive. And it's just cute. It's just cute. And it's a fun world to be in. This hanged man, even the spider. Most of the animals I feel like are mechanical in this. So here's our Death, and he's on the horse. Even the horse is mechanical. Temperance. I don't know what she's cooking up here, but it reminds me, every time I see it, it reminds me of the Joker and that old G Batman movie, the Tim Burton one, which is also quite steampunky. Here's Devil. I had to read in this because I was like, I don't get this. Like, I thought maybe this was Little Red Riding Hood, but then I was like, no, this is a fairy deck. And it says that she stepped into a fairy ring. So I told you I don't know too much about fairies, but the guidebook did explain that fairy rings, when you step into one, I guess you're not supposed to step into them, but people seem to be drawn to them. And when you step in, you lose your time. You can be gone for months at a time, and I think that is definitely a really good representation of the devil being drawn into stuff that can just suck away your time, suck away um, the things that you want to be doing with your life, take away all of that, and then just leave you kind of spit you out the other end, and you don't even know you can't even remember what it is that you lost, or where it went. And I think that that's a really good representation of this sort of energy that you can be in if you pull this card. I thought that was curious for me. Here's the tower. So they do stick very pretty closely to the RWS, but there are some that just kind of take their own little liberties. And the ones that do, they feel right, like the star card, for instance, giving Peter Pan energy for sure. The moon and the sun. You can see the celestials together here. Love them. So you have the star, the moon, and the sun. And here is this Judgment card, which I just think is so adorable. So it's like, so I guess they all need like a tune up. which I thought was so cute and perfect for the judgment card mixed with this steampunk element, right? So it's like it's not a complete rebirth. It's just like a tightening of the screws, fixing up a little bit, dusting you off before you go off into your next adventure. What have we learned? What do we need to tune up? What do we need to change? What do we need to adjust a little bit before we send you off? And it's like these little birds are bringing them in to get their little tune up, and then they can go off on their own. I thought that was so cute. The world. So now we're into the wands. It says the powerful suit of wands is represented by the salamander fairies, and it is linked to the element of fire. They are shapeshifters that love to stay in their salamander form and play. The salamander fairies are always curious and very adventurous with their mechanical canes filled with magical fire. They bring passion and inspiration to the realm. By bringing in energy of the wands, you will ignite your inner will, which will help you achieve your goals. So we have these little mischievous little salamander fairies that I love their smiles. I love their little faces. They all look like they're up to no good. And the air suit is supposed to be the sprites, but these are giving sprite energy to me. I don't know too much about sprites except for the movie Legend. Do you guys remember the movie Legend from, well, I don't know. It's an old movie. You may have seen it. Um it That's what I know about sprites. And I know that chick in there wasn't trustworthy whatsoever. So I was just like, these kind of feel giving me that energy. So here's a page of wands. Now, when you get into the court cards, they're all a family, and so this one says the royal family of the salamanders stay in their humanoid phase shape most of the time in order to communicate with other royals in the steampunk realm. They lead with courage, confidence, and creative action, the core essence of the wand suit. So here you have your wands court. So now the cups is the intuitive suit. It's represented by the selkies and is linked to the element of water. Selkies are fairies that can transform between seal and human form by removing or putting their seal skin on. These fairies are very compassionate and are ready to connect with you on a deeper level. With their enchanted machine mugs, they bring an understanding of emotion and relationships to the realm. By working with the energy of the cups, you will learn, oh goodness, I can't read. You will learn how to tune into your flow and intuition for guidance. So here we go. You can see them sometimes in their human form, and you can see sometimes they are in their seal form. I thought the Six of Cups was so interesting with the balloon stuck in the tree here. And it looks like it looks close enough to be very small, like a little tiny balloon. So we have the Seven of Cups and the Eight. What's in the cups is interesting in here. You have that mask, which is is that like a fairy mask? A selkie. I'm not even sure what that is. Some kind of lamp or lantern. And then, of course, you have the castle, the riches, and the dragon. Eight of Cups. I thought this was so clever with this mechanical octopus. The Nine of Cups. Having her a nice meal. And the 10. So the House of Cups is ruled by the Selkie royal family. They spend most of their time in the water, caring for the oceans and the steam-powered creatures that live within them. The Cups royals do not need their seal skins for power. Instead, their blue hair holds their Selkie magic. So I thought that was fun. And they all do have very blue hair. So that's fun. Then we get into our swords, Selkies, and this is the intellectual suit of the swords, represented by the steampunk sprites. They are tiny mythical fairies who love to live in the forest. They are very smart and cunning, and if you are looking for a good conversation, this is the group to talk to. Beware, they are very direct and honest, so don't ask a question you do not want to know the answer to. With their fairy fan swords, they bring the energy of thought, communication, and analysis to the realm. By working with the Suit of Swords, you will be exploring new ideas and learning how to communicate effectively. I love the Six of Swords. This was one of those cards where I was really happy to have the bigger rendition in the guidebook, because I was like, what is going on? What are they doing? I could see everybody was doing something different. Couldn't really see what. The guidebook definitely helped me out there. Seven of Swords, 8, and the 9. I thought that this 9 of Swords was so interesting because she's not in a bed. She's not asleep at all, actually. She's wide awake, sitting up. And look at her face. Like, the facial expressions on these cards are so good. The artist did a really good job getting the emotion in the faces. And here's the 10. So, the astute House of Swords is ruled by the Sprite's royal family. Their idea of a good time is studying and attaining more knowledge while speeding through the air on the way to their next destination. The Swords Royals are great communicators in the steampunk realm. As royals, they are born with a unique feature that they are bigger and taller than other sprites. So, they're bigger and taller. Right? It's the King of Swords. And then onto the Pentacles. All right, our last suit here, the practical suit of Pentacles, is represented by the gnomes and is linked to the element of earth. The steampunk gnomes love their work to work on their clocks and fix machinery. They have gathered many treasures, and their incredible celebrations are filled with divine feasts. Even though they live in the trees or caves, these are decorated with unique and comfortable furniture that you will enjoy. And with the pentacle pocket watches, they bring the magic of the material aspect of life. By connecting to the energy of the pentacles, you will activate good health, fortune, and abundant resources in the physical world. 6 Pentacles is so cute. These little gnomes are adorable, but I think I like gnomes because I feel like I've had a couple of decks this year that have had gnomes in them, and they've just been really freaking cute. And so I think I like gnomes. I think I do. I really think I do. So here's the 10. All right. So the abundant House of Pentacles is ruled by the gnome royal family. They spend most of their time caring for the earth or growing their resources. These royals are dedicated to creating generational wealth, and they are very good at gathering material goods and staying grounded. The gnomes have excellent health, and like royals of the sword suit, they too are taller and bigger than regular gnomes. And here are the backs up close. Let's give them a shuffle and read from the guidebook. So Llewellyn cards tend to be a little bit shorter than a normal tarot size deck. This is a normal tarot size card. So you can see that they are just a little bit shorter. They're the same width, but just a little bit shorter. So if you have smaller hands, these decks are going to be great for riffle shuffling or just for handling in general. This is them up against an oracle sized card. So this is on their standard glossy stock, super bendy, easy to shuffle, nice and compact cards. I love them. They're not super thick, no edging. So let's give them a shuffle. We love a Llewellyn deck shuffle for sure. Over here, I mean, a Llewellyn deck on their regular stock. They're not slippery. They're not jumping out of my hands like like the linen tends to. They have enough friction to stay put, and they just shuffle like butter. We love a Llewellyn shuffle. Almost as much as we love a Lo Scarabeo tuck box shuffle. All right, so let's see what we got. We have the Emperor. So let's read for the Emperor. Here's the write-up for it if you'd like to pause it and screenshot it and read it for yourself. I'm going to read it out loud. I am confident in making powerful decisions. The Emperor. Clockwise divination. The Emperor stands tall, embodying authority and empowerment. As gears turn and cogs churn, the need arises for a wise sage, a teacher, or a leader to impart the wisdom of the world to others. This card beckons you to seize the opportunity to become a guiding light for fellow souls, or it foretells the arrival of a mentor whose life experiences shall propel you toward your goals. Remember, in this realm, powerful knowledge is meant to be shared, for together we shall ascend to glorious heights of success. Counterclockwise divination. When the gears of fate turn this card in reverse, it might mean there is someone of higher authority who is overbearing, and you do not agree with their values anymore. Fear not, for the time has come to discover a different space for yourself, one with more flexibility that is more aligned to your beliefs, propelling you toward newfound freedom. And then the ignition. Embracing the role of a leader is learned, for the art of commanding power is acquired. As you harness the energy of the Emperor, speak your beliefs, share your wisdom, and demonstrate authority in your life. You will become more confident in your abilities. Practice speaking up and sharing your magic with someone who is asking for it, and do so as often as possible. The more you practice, the more the wings of your Emperor self will unfurl as you will soar even closer to your destiny. That's lovely. So yeah, I think that's some good advice to sort of activate your Emperor energy, right? The only thing that I think would have made this guidebook just a little bit more user friendly is if they would have put a little bar down here with the keywords. It would have covered up the image for sure, but I think it would have been worth it just to get a couple of keywords, because in the place of where they would have put keywords, they put these quotes from the characters, which I love, or these might also be affirmations. I don't know, but I love them. I actually love them, but I think it would be easier to kind of get a quick reading, especially if you're doing like a larger spread, if there were some keywords. So since there's no space to put them there, and some of these are really long, so we wouldn't be able to, put them at the bottom of the page either, because I think some of them like go the whole page. Like for this one, for instance, there's no space there. So I think the solution would have been to put them right here. But, it's okay. If that we don't have that, so we work around it. But, for that sort of fast reading, I think it would have been easier. But what you have instead are these sort of little affirmations, which you can discern meaning from as well. So that's the guidebook. I want to take a look at a couple of pairings before we go. I have really enjoyed some of these. The light is coming in, it's encroaching, so I don't have too much time, but for the time that I have, let's take a look. So the first one, and my favorite one, is the Soul Seeds Oracle. This is by Allison Williams Yee. This is an indie oracle deck that you can buy from Allison Williams Yee's Soul Seed website. Her website is soulseeds.com. You can also purchase this off of Etsy. She has a full store on Etsy with all of her decks. I have all of Allison Williams Yee's decks, and I love, well, not all of them. I have all the ones that I caught. I think she has one that I didn't catch. But I was pretty sure there's one that I didn't catch, but she said it might be coming back out. So I'm excited about that. This one is the most playful of them. It's the most childlike. It's the lightest, most playful energy. And so I thought, in lieu of this being a fairy deck, this might be the one that I would try with it. And I love it. I love them together. They just are really quite cohesive, and I think they like to be together. They like to read together. So this is my favorite pairing. So we have Strength with the Three of Cups and Free. The Page of Pentacles and the Five of Wands with Kindred. The Four of Pentacles with the Seven of Wands and Lessons. Okay. And Two of Pentacles with Sprig. And there's two sprigs there with the Ten of Pentacles. And we'll just do one more. The Ten of Cups and the Emperor. Let's see what we get. With Solution. This was my favorite pairing. This was great for quick reads, for daily pulls, for quick daily pulls. Just trying to get some energy for the day. This was great. And this is the Soul Seeds Oracle. Another one that I tried and really quite loved, even though they're not the best artistic match, was the Magical Times Empowerment cards by Jody Bergsman. Now, Jody Bergsman's artwork is very, it's almost like, I don't know if these are oil paintings or acrylic paintings, but it's very painterly. And this is very much like an animated digital style. So they sort of clash in that way, right? But this was the only fairy oracle deck that I own. As I told you, I'm not super into fairies, right? So I think this is the only fairy oracle deck I own, or that I could think of. So I had to try them together, and I really did like the energy of them. So we have the Nine of Cups and the World with Confidence, right? That's perfect. Be bold, rise up and stand tall. Feel the fire in your soul. Cycles. We are becoming. Surrender to your changes. Release your fear. Trust the power process. With the Six of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. So there's a reciprocation happening here in that pairing there. So we've got humor with death and the Knight of Cups. So laugh at yourself, lighten your heart, let nothing steal your happiness. Okay. Discernment, see the truth of the situation, with Page of Cups and the Chariot. And one more. I like the color story here. I don't want, the light is coming in, so I don't want to take too long. So this is Power with the Three of Cups and the Ace of Cups. And so, yeah, this again is the Magical Times Empowerment cards by Jody Bergsma. Another one I really loved was the Universal Folk Oracle. So now at first I wasn't really feeling this one because I was like, I don't know, the artwork is so different, but I feel like these cards have a lot of natural elements as well. So I had to at least try them, right? And I really enjoyed them together. So we have, let's just move these. So we have the Six of Wands and Strength with Duality. They're very busy. All of the cards are very busy. This artwork is very detailed and busy, and so is this in a different way. But I still feel like they were fine together. They really worked for me. So we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Hanged Man with Sovereign. Judgment and the Two of Cups with Expansion. Five of Pentacles with the Moon. Uh-oh, got some upside down cards here. With the Moon and the Echoes. Naughty little fairies got upside down on me. And the last one, Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords with Empowerment. And this is Expansion with the Three of Swords. Yeah, I like that. So that is the Universal Folk Oracle. I was so excited to try them with the dragons, and I really love them with the Star Dragons Oracle cards, and also with the Dragon Riders. I like the Dragon Riders better, but let's just show this one. Oh, actually, look, I have got Dragon Riders in here with the others. Look at this. I've got them mixed in. This is the Dragon Riders Oracle, and this is the Star Dragon. So you can see I've been using both with the deck, and somehow they got in the box with the others. But let's look at this one first. This is the Paolo Barbieri Star Dragons cards. So we've got the Four of Pentacles with the Four of Swords and Transformation, defining yourself. I love the colors here. I thought these went together so well. And I do feel that Paolo Barbieri's artwork always felt a little steampunky to me, even though he doesn't have any steampunk elements. You don't see gears, you don't see mechanics in his artwork. There's something about the way he draws that lends itself to that sort of look. It almost looks mechanical, even though it's not. So yeah, I really enjoyed these together. There we go. So we have Eight of Cups with Understanding, looking at both sides, and the Ten of Wands. And then one more, the Two of Wands and the Knight of Swords with the Self, gathering your power. And then let's look at the others. So we'll just take these couple cards that I had in the box with the other ones, but this is from this is from the Dragon Riders Oracle by Christine Anna Fodder. It's another inspiration sort of dragon deck that I have, and I thought that this was the better visual match. So we'll take a look at a couple of these as well. So we have, you have come a long way along the path of mastery. Learn now from your own soul, where the light of ancient knowledge shines. You are now ready to receive everything with the Five of Wands. So don't fight it. Just let it open up yourself to be able to receive it. And the King of Pentacles. Yeah. So the next one here, you are walking the path of perfection to discover paradise. Do not hurry. It will happen one way or another with the Wheel of Fortune, and take small steps and enjoy the journey. Okay. Life on Earth is a heroic journey. Mastering the visible and the earthly is as important as mastering the invisible and the mystic. And we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Pentacles and swords with the visible and the earthly, and the invisible and the mystic. One more, I think. It says, Melael has spoken. I am the light in the darkness. I will guide you back to divine love. All lower energy must bow before my power. The Nine of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. The last one I want to show here is the Totem Guardians Oracle deck by Tanya Bond. I really enjoyed this one together. There's something very youthful and earthy about this one, and there's something very youthful and fiery about this one. So they kind of they found like the little niches of each other and worked together for me, so I like them. So we have the Nine of Pentacles with the Page of Wands that came here with Dream Big. Now the artwork is very different, and in this deck, within the deck, you have different artwork from the artist because it's a curated deck from this artist, but I still enjoyed it. So here we have shadow work with the Tower and the Emperor. So there could be some control issues here that need to be broken down, some ego things that need to be broken down. The Spider patterns with the Six of Swords and the Empress. Colors. Bumble Sheep Wonder with the Magician and the Seven of Pentacles. And let's try a couple more. Self-Talk with the Ten of Cups and the Sun. And one more. The Star and the Queen of Wands with Royalty. Beautiful. And so that's the last one I wanted to show. So I know this is a long one, so I'm just going to go ahead and close this out. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this one. I'd love to hear all of your thoughts. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, you can subscribe. I release videos every few days regarding tarot and oracle, and I'd love to have you share the video with anybody who you think might be interested in seeing this deck or hearing my thoughts. And then links will be in the description box below where you can pick up anything that you saw here today if you're interested in picking up one for yourself. So that's it. And until I see you guys next time, stay safe and be blessed. Bye-bye.